Good morning, everyone. So, in today's class, we are going to study about the uh, logical operators and or. So, yesterday actually we have done this one. Just we'll revise now. So, why we are using and here? And is used for conjunction. Means what? The command 2 will be executing only if the command 1 is true. Okay, and what about or? The command 2 is executing only if command 1 will be false. So like this we have seen the example of a grep here. So director emp.lst and echo pattern not found in the file. So if this first condition becomes false, can you see the arrow mark? Can you see the mouse arrow pointer? Students, can you see the mouse pointer here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so here grep director emp.lst is there, no? So if this command will fail, what does this grep command do? It is going to search this first pattern in the second file list. Okay, this is the first pattern given and this is emp.lst. So in emp.lst, if the director pattern is not present, then this first part will become false, is it not? So when this will become false, that time what will happen? This second, what it will do is it will the second part also will not be executed if this will become true. If director is found in the emp.lst, what will happen? First part is become true, no? So second part, pattern not found in the file, will also be executed. Okay, got it? Like this we are having here. See what does grep do? If it will match and it will also display the, it will match and it will also display the whatever it is matched there, that will be displayed. And see, if the first part has become true, now it has already displayed, so second part will be executed. What is second part? It is telling pattern found in the file, so pattern found in the file will be displayed. Have you understood this one? So in the second one now, so in the second what we are doing, let us see for or now. What does or mean? If the first part becomes false, then only the second part will be executed. If the first part is true, then the second part will not be executed. So now here, grep manager emp.lst. See, manager emp.lst is not manager is not present in emp.lst file. That is why this second means the first part has become false. So when the first part has become false, the second part will be executed. In this or, what happens? If the first part is false, then only the second part will be executed. What is the second part here? Part pattern not found. So pattern not found will be printed. See, echo means it is displayed. So like this it is being printed. All of you have understood this one? Yes, tell me, have you understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so today we are going to study something about the if condition. All of us know about what is this if. What does this if? It is a conditional control statement. How it will execute, all of us know, is it not? So what it is doing here, if command is successful, then means if the first if party becomes true, if the command is successful, then it will execute these set of commands. Suppose if this is false, if the command becomes false, then it will execute this part, else part will be executed. If the condition here is true, see, normally we have studied in C programming language, is it not? So what we are doing here, if the if condition is true, then the if part will be executed. If this is false, then the else part will be executed. This is common, which we have studied. Then here in this Unix programming language, here we are going to end the if. See, if is ended by fi. Just reverse of that. Okay, if I'm writing a fi, then it is end of the if statements. So this is one part. Next, here it can be written like this also. So if command is successful, okay, if the first part is true, then execute these commands. So which type of if this is in C programming language? Tell me, which type of if this is? See, your voices are not audible, so you can just drop a message in the chat box. Yes, it is simple if. So simple if means what? Very good. So if one condition is true, then execute these statements, otherwise do go to the next statements. That is simple if, is it not? So this is the simple if. Here it is if else. Next we are having here else if ladder. What is this else if ladder? See, if the first command is true, then if the first command is true, then we are executing the first part. Else if next condition is checked, next command is checked, if that is true, that particular part of code is executed, otherwise another condition. So like this it goes on, finally we are ending the if. So this is what, this is simple if, this is if else, and this is what, it is a else if ladder. Okay, now how this will be executed, let us see with the program here. How to write this this Unix program we will be studying later. For now, just according to the syllabus we will study about this one here. This is the first line. Anything which begins with the hash, it means a comment in the Unix programming language, except the first line. The first line is also containing hash, but it is not a comment. According to the syntax itself, that hash is present and it should be present in the first line. Now you can see here hash emp3.sh using if else. So this is a comment. It is telling that we are going to use if else into our Unix program. Then hash followed by nothing, means it is a blank line left there. After that, if grep $1, what does this mean? Tell me. I have explained this yesterday. $1 means what? Fast. What is $1 telling you? Reply in the chat box, those who know the answer. $1 will be indicating what? What it will be indicating? $1. We have studied command line arguments. Have we studied or not? Command line arguments. Students, if we do like this, how we can... Yes, we have studied command line arguments or the positional parameters. See, $1. Where is that? Okay. $1, $2, $3 and so on. It is indicating the positional parameters representing the command line arguments. $* indicates the complete. $0 will indicate the name of the file or name of the command. $# will indicate total number of arguments. So based on that, please keep in mind this one, okay? So now here what it is saying, $1 means the first argument. Okay, the first argument, grep. What is this caret symbol? We have studied this one in pattern matching. We are going to match to the beginning of the line. If we are having a $, then we are matching at the end of the line. If we are having a caret symbol, then it is matching at the beginning of the line. So I am matching the argument, first argument at the beginning of the line. Where I am, this is my pattern. See, grep, first pattern, second will be the file in which I have to search this pattern. So now I am going to match the pattern. Where? At the beginning. This caret symbol is there. So I am going to match this pattern at the beginning. Where? In /etc/password2. Okay, /etc/password2. In that can you hear me, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what I am doing here, I am redirecting whatever the output to the /device/null. Okay. What here we are doing, username at the beginning of the line. See, we are searching a username. So we will see in the output. Okay, at the beginning of the line. How do we find out beginning? Because we are using here caret symbol. So we are searching this pattern in this file and we are redirecting the output to this one. Okay, we are redirecting the output to /device/null. if this command is true, if this command is executed successfully, then pattern found job over should be printed or echoed. Otherwise, else echo pattern not found. Echo means it is displaying pattern is not found. So what we are searching basically here, we are searching the username in this file and redirecting the output to this directory. If the command is running successful, means if the pattern is matching, we have found the pattern, then this first part will be executed and second part will be skipped automatically. Okay, now see here, see in the output here, dollar emp3.sh ftp. emp3.sh is stored in $0. $0 is storing the name of the file, or $0 is storing the name of the file, or it is storing the command here. So emp3.sh is stored in $0. ftp is stored in $1. ftp is stored in $1. Then so we have executed this one now. So now first this, see in the program, if grep $1, it is saying if grep $1, what is my $1 here? $1 is ftp. $1 means it is the first argument which is given. Okay, this is not the first argument, this is the name of the file. So ftp is the name of the first argument here. $1, we are going to search in this one. Okay, so if we are searching ftp in this one, if it is found, then what grep command will do, it will display that whatever it is matching. See ftp, see we are matching at the beginning. $1 is ftp, that ftp is matched at the beginning. See we are having the output here, what it is telling. So what it is telling here, sorry, ftp, this $1 ftp should be matching at the beginning. See here it is matched at the beginning and it is also displayed. We have already also redirected the output to this device slash null directory. Okay, also it is redirected, but grep command will also display the output whatever we have got here. Okay, then now after that what it is, see, means this if command is successful, because pattern is matched, it is displayed here, is it not? So if this command is successful, then echo pattern found job over. See here, pattern found job over will be printed. This is the output. Okay, have you understood this one? Have you understood first part? Have you understood? Drop a message in the chat box. Every time I am not going to tell this one. If you want, I can explain once more. Not understood. Fiza has not understood. Okay. So what we are doing here, grep command. See, when I am explaining the programs here, you should be knowing the meaning of the command. Already this grep command has been explained. What this grep command is doing, grep command is searching a pattern in the given destination. Here destination here is a what it is, a directory. Okay, destination may be a file, it can be a text, or it can be a directory also. Okay, now grep caret $1. What does $1 indicate? $1 will indicate the first argument when you are using in the command line. Okay, so $1 means first argument. You can see here on the screen, first argument is ftp. We are using a caret symbol. Caret $1 means $1 is equal to ftp. Caret ftp means search the ftp which should be always beginning at the beginning, means which should be always found at the beginning of the line, then only it is matched. Okay, we are for etc slash password, in this directory we are going to search a pattern called as ftp. Okay, now it is matching in this etc slash password, this is found. What is the line which is matching? See, ftp colon star colon 3 to 5 15. This is a matching line according to the grep statement, is it not? So command is run successfully. So what grep statement will do? It will match a pattern in a destination and display the matching lines here. What is the matching line displayed? See, this is the output here, it is displayed, and we are also redirecting the output in this directory. Redirecting means we are storing in this in this directory. Okay, if the command is successful now because we are found the pattern, yes, then what it will do? Echo pattern found job over. Echo means it will display pattern found job over. In the next time you see emp3.sh and mail. Here emp3.sh is stored in $0, mail is stored in $1. Now we are going to search mail in this directory. We are going to search the $1. $1 means first argument. This is $0, this is $1, then $2, $3, and so on. So $1 is mail. Now here I'm going to search mail. Where I'm going to search? I'm going to search at the beginning of the line. How we FTP is at the beginning, in the same way we are going to search the, one second. ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇದೆ ರೀ ನಮ್ಮದು. ಹಾಂ, ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮುಗಿಸಿ ಬರ್ತೇನೆ ರೀ. Okay, so now this mail is searched in the same same directory. Mail is searched in the same directory here. So now pattern, it is not found. This pattern is not found in this directory. So this command is failed now. Grep command is failed. It is unsuccessful. So the if part will be skipped, and else part. What is else part? Pattern not found. See here, pattern not found will be printed. Have you understood this one? How the if statement is working? Yeah, tell me, have you understood? Fast. We'll go to the next. Okay, very good. So now we are going to the this is over. Next we are going, and one more very important thing you have to keep in mind. See here, if I have started, fi is completing the, means if is completed here. This is very important, otherwise it will generate an error. Then next we are going for the test and square bracket. So whenever we are executing the if statements, that time what we are going to do is we are going to check some conditions. We are going to either do the comparisons of the numbers or the comparisons of the strings. So we are going to test something. For that purpose we are having this clause called as test, and this test, instead of writing test, we can replace the expression in the square brackets. How do we do that? Let us see. So this test is used to compare two numbers. It is used to compare two strings or a single with a null value. Okay, or it is checking the file attributes. Test is doing these three functions here. So let us see first for the numeric comparisons. So for the numeric comparisons we are having the options. These are the operators which are always beginning with a hyphen symbol. Okay, hyphen eq means equal to, any means not equal to, gt greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. So these are what we are using for numerical comparisons with the test clause. Okay, so let us see the examples here first, then we will understand. Now we are having x is equal to 5, $x means its value is equal to 5, comma y is equal to 7, z is equal to 7.2. And one very important thing we have to keep in mind when we are doing this numeric comparison is the comparison is happening only with the integers. Integers means what? Only with the what we are having, the whole numbers, not the fractional part. See 7.2, 0.2 is after the decimal point, so this will not be considered while doing the comparisons. It will be truncated automatically. What do you mean by truncated automatically? It will be left off or it will be neglected. Now let us see here. See $test. Test is a clause used here. If I want to refer to this name of the variable, x can be used. But if I want to refer to the value of this x, that time $x will be used. Okay, so just if I want to refer this variable x, name of the variable means x. Okay, its value means $x. Its value means $x. So $x hyphen eq, what does eq means? Eq means it is equal to, you can see here, equal to. So what we are having here, $x equal $y. What is $y? 7. So what is $x? 5. What is $y? 7. 7 is equal to 5 is equal to 7. Are they equal? 5 and 7, are they equal? Not equal. So echo dollar question mark. What does dollar question mark display? Dollar question mark display the exit status. It will display the exit status. Exit status means what we have seen previously. Exit status is 0. See, exit status is 0 if it is successful, otherwise it is non-zero. It may be 1, 2, 3, anything. Okay, if everything is fine, then it is 0. If there is some unsuccessfulness, that time it will be a non-zero. So we are, for that we are having a $0 dollar question mark. You can see here, dollar question mark will return the exit status of the last command. So that is what I have written here. Sorry. Okay, so now dollar question mark. See, 5 is equal to 7. It is not equal, means this command is false. So when it is false, what is the exit status? It is a non-zero. Okay, it is a non-zero. Dollar question mark. Dollar question mark will be having a non-zero value, maybe 1, 2, anything. Non-zero value will be displayed. Next, see here, 1 is displayed. Echo dollar question mark, 1 is displayed. 1 means it is a non-zero value, means this is statement is false. Next, test clause dollar test $x lt $y. What is lt? Less than. Lt is less than. Okay, so what is x? 5. What is y? 7. 5 is less than 7. Yes, condition is true. What is exit status? It is 0. If this is true, then it is 0. If it is false, then it is a 1. That is that 0 and 1 is stored in which variable? It is stored in dollar question mark. Okay, so now dollar question mark here, it is storing 0 because this is true. Next, dollar z. Z is greater than, minus gt means greater than y. What is z value? 7.2, but it is considering only 7. Then what is $y? 7. See, 7 is greater than 7. Condition is false. 7 is greater than 7. It is false. So when it is false, that time dollar question mark is containing 1. If it is false, 1 will be there. Next, see, z is equal to y. What is z? 7.2, but 7 will be considered. Y is also 7. 7 is equal to 7. Yes. So the exit status will be 0. That will be stored in dollar question mark, and dollar question mark will be displayed. That is 0. 7.2 is equal to 7. They are mentioning because only the integer part is considered for the comparison. This is how the test clause will be used. And to reflect this one, we are having a small program which we are going to see now here. So this is all three are first one is a command, second and third hashes will indicate the comment. What they are saying, we are using the test $0 and $hash using the ELSIF ladder here. Using the ELSIF ladder, we are going to see the program. Now first one, if test $hash equal to 0. So $hash, what does $hash indicate? $hash will indicate the total number of arguments. Okay, the total number of arguments will be indicated by this $hash is equal to EQ means it is equal to 0 if the total number of arguments entered, whether it is 0 or not. So if it is 0, then usage $0 pattern file means if you are not giving any arguments, this message will be printed. If this condition is false, means if you are giving some arguments, that time again what it is checking, else if, elif means else if test dollar hash means total number of arguments whether it is equal to 2. If it is equal to 2, then what you are going to do, you are comparing the first argument in the second argument, and what you are doing, dollar one not found. If it is false, this, if see here we are using or means second part will be executed only if the first part is false. If the first part is false, then only the second part will be executed. If this is true, if the first part is true, then what will happen, only the first part will be executed, not the second part. If this is false, pattern not found. Otherwise, finally what we are going to do, you didn't enter 2 arguments will be displayed, and here fi means we are ending this if. Let us see the output here, what we are going to get. Okay, so $emp3a.sh greater than foo. What does this mean? It means that I am redirecting. Okay, it means that I am redirecting the output here. See, there are no arguments. See, you may think that foo is the argument here. No, it is not an argument, because the output is redirected to this one here. So what it is doing here, there are no arguments. So $0 will be having emp3a.sh, $1, $2, they'll be not having anything. This is not an argument because we are using this redirection operator. If the redirection operator is present, it is not considered as an argument. Okay, so here there are no arguments given. So what is the value of $hash here? $hash value will become 0. $hash value will become 0. So now in our program, let us see, $hash value is 0. Is it 0 is equal to 0? Yes, 0 is equal to 0. Then what it is echoing, means it is displaying usage. See, usage colon is displayed here. $0, what is stored in $0? The first name of the file is stored. What is the name of the file? emp3a.sh. So instead of $0, emp3a.sh will be displayed. Pattern file as it is will be displayed. Also, after displaying, we are redirecting it into this directory. TTY means nothing but the terminal itself. Okay, we are redirecting in that terminal. Next time, this is first time when we are executing the program. Second time, emp3a.sh ftp redirected to foo. Now $0 is containing emp3a.sh here. Okay, $0 is containing emp3a.sh. See, here is no redirection operator. So ftp is the argument number 1. So it is stored in $1. Okay, ftp is the first argument, it is stored in $1. This is not the second argument. Foo file is not the second argument here. Okay, only there is one argument. So now let us again go through the program here. What is $hash here? The value of $hash will be 1 because I have entered the only one argument. So $hash value will become 1 now. So 1 equal to 0. 1 is equal to 0. No, it is false. So we are going for the else if condition here. Test $hash. What is $hash value? 1. 1 equal to 2. No, false. So else you didn't enter 2 arguments should be displayed. See here, you didn't enter 2 arguments is displayed. Okay, this is the second time. Third time I am executing now again. emp3a.sh Henry and this one and then redirection. So now this is $0. emp3a.sh is $0. No redirection operator is there. So Henry is the $1 means first argument. Again no redirection operation is there. So etc password, this is the $2. Here redirection operation is there. So this is not considered as any dollar, or it is not an argument. So we are having $1 and $2. So $0, $1 and $2 we are having. Let us go to the program. What is the value of $hash here? How many arguments I have given? 1 and 2. 2 arguments I have given. So $hash value is 2. Test $hash is how much? 2. 2 is equal to 0. false. So we are going for the next condition, means echo is skipped here. Then we are going for else if dollar hash value is 2, 2 is equal to 2, yes. Then what we are doing, grep dollar 1. What is my dollar 1 here? Dollar 1 is Henry. So we are searching Henry in dollar 2. What is dollar 2? etc slash password. We are searching for Henry in this directory. Then what we are going to do here, or is there, or is there. If this first part is false, then only the second part will be executed. But now you can see here, Henry is not found is displayed. What does it mean? It means that grep command has failed. It means that Henry is not found in this particular directory. This command has failed. So if the first command is failing, then only the second command will be executed. What is second command? Echo. What I have to echo? $1. What is $1 here? $1 is Henry. Not found in $2. Not found in. What is my $2 in this program? $2 is this directory. So that directory will be displayed. Also it is redirected to this terminal directory. So this is happening. Then we are having the next output. One more time we have executed emp3a.sh, first command, second command. So this is $0, $1 and $2 here. So what is my $1? FTP. I am going to search FTP in this one. The first part is become true here. So the number of arguments $hash is 2. The first one will fail, second one will match. $2 equal to $2, yes. Going to search $1 in $2. What is my $2? What is my $1? FTP. That FTP is searched in /etc/password. Then it is found. So it is found and it is redirected in foo. So to see the contents what is stored in foo, then we, cat foo. What does cat do? Displays the contents of the file foo here. So now we were searching FTP. See here FTP is found. So like this the command line arguments will be taken for executing this Unix programs. So you have to please keep in mind that $0 indicates the first name of the file, $1 will indicate the first command, $2 will indicate the second command line argument. So like this the command line arguments will be used as the input for this test. Now here next part is, have you understood this one, all of you? Have you understood this program? The same program I have executed here with, I have explained here with 4 types of inputs given. One, no arguments. Second time 1 argument. Third time 2 arguments but pattern is not matching. Last time 2 arguments and pattern is also matching. Yeah, tell me. Have you understood this program? Students, please tell me. Okay. Then we see the next is the rectangular bracket concepts. In the rectangular bracket concepts here, instead of using this test, now what is the condition here? I am checking $hash eq 0. So this is my condition. So instead of using this test clause, what I can do is I can enclose this condition in the square bracket. Next one, see here, text test $x equal to $y. So instead of writing this test, I am just including the condition in the rectangular bracket. Both mean the same. The first one and the second one, both are meaning the same. So instead of using the test, I am just using a rectangular bracket here. Okay. So next we are going for the string comparison. Just now, till now we have seen the numeric comparison. Now we are going to see the string comparison. For string comparison also we are going to have the different commands. Like we had here, no, we had EQ, NE, like that we are going to have the different commands like -z, -n. What are those? We will be seeing now. Okay. So directly I will explain the program. What we are going to do here is, see here, you can see instead of using the test, we have included the condition in the rectangular brackets. First line is the command line, second and third line are the comments here. Let's see here, if this I am testing $hash equal to 0. What does this mean? $hash means $hash will give you the total number of arguments. If the arguments are 0, means if you are not entering any arguments, then you are it is then what it is doing, echo means it will be displaying enter the string to be searched, and /c means it will allow the cursor to stay in the same line. Then read pname. Pname is a variable name here in which you are going to read the string. Read is a clause which is used for in getting the input from this and storing the input in this variable. Pname is a name of a variable. Read is a clause which is used to read the whatever is entered by the user and store it in this variable pname. Then if -z $name, -z means it is checking for the null string. Whatever you have entered, -z means it is checking whether the string is null or not. So here what it is telling, -z pname, whether the string which you have entered, is it null, it is checking. If it is null, then what it will happen, then what will be code, you have not entered the string exit1. Okay, you have not entered the string will be displayed, and exit1. Exit1 means what, the exit status here is 1, means it is unsuccessful, this command is unsuccessful. If it is a null string, whatever you have entered, if it is a null string, then you have not entered the string that will be displayed, and we are closing this if. Fi means it is closing this if here. Next, echo enter the file name. If this condition is not true, then we are going for the next one. See, enter the string name to be searched. After string name, we are writing the enter the file name to be used. Enter the file name in which this string has to be searched. Again here, read is a clause which is used to read the file name and store it in fl name, and store it is in fl file name, that is fl name. Here negation of -n. -n is telling that table tomorrow I will give you. Okay, so -l tells the string is not null. The string which you have entered is not null, and this exclamation mark will tell you negation of anything. Negation of not null means null. So this negation of -n and -z both are same. -z means it is checking whether the string is null. Here what we are having, we are taking, so here we are taking not of not null, means it is null. Okay, so here it is not null. If the file name which you have entered is not null, then you have not entered the file name will be displayed. Exit2 means again it is unsuccessful. If it is not null, this will happen. Sorry, if it is null, this will happen. If it is not null, what will happen here? emp3a $p name $fl name, else this will be done. What is the output? Let us see here. emp3 here we are having. Okay, just try to trace this output. So in the next class I will be explaining you this one. Okay, try to trace it. Whatever is the output here, try to trace it. Just don't leave the meeting. I'll take the attendance till that. Don't leave the meeting. Digambar, what are you doing? Okay. Okay, now you can leave the meeting.